How you doing, lady?
I am doing well, doing very, very well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for taking the time. I know there was some like mixed up. So yeah, how are you? You okay?
I'm doing so well. I'm so honored. I told Aries, I said this is by far my favorite interview that I'm doing right now. So I'm so excited.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. First of all, congratulations on the success of the album debuting at #1 and with Borderline. What made you want to go do with Borderline as your second single?
Well, Borderline is one of my favorite songs on the album. It's one of the first songs I did for the project, and I just love the melody. I love, the beat, and I love the message behind it. And it just feels so good to be vulnerable and honest. And I feel like that's the kind of sound that my fans were looking for me to present. Baby Mama was so different from anything that I had ever done. And even though I love that song, Borderline just fit more of what I feel like the fans are so familiar with me with,
What would you do if you're alone?
If you had to sell B7 by yourself, by telling us just 2 songs only, what would they be, and why would it be those 2?
I would definitely say Borderline. I would say, can I say 3 songs?
Sure.
Okay. It would be Borderline, Rather Be, and No Tomorrow. And I feel like those are the songs that, that I feel like I'm meant to sing. And when you have songs that are created for you, and it's your thing, and you can put your own stamp on it, it just sounds right. It doesn't sound forced. It sounds like it's your own, and I think that's what people can really truly connect with. And I just love that I've been able to work with people to help me to stay true to my sound at the same time, stepping out of the box and trying different things. That's been a blessing.
No Tomorrow is definitely, I think, one of my favorites for sure. It's something about it. I don't know. It's Brandy. It's so Brandy.
And I wrote that song, too. I wrote it from top to bottom. And so for you to say that to me it means so much, because, I've dibbled and dabbled in writing in the past, but to really just try to hone it and to really focus on making, records from my perspective, from my own experience, from my own heart, it's a different feeling. So to hear you say that, it just, child, you gave me some confidence today. I'm walking the studio today like, nah.
It feels different. I don't make it through that song ever without playing it over, and I'm just being honest. And I just, even the album in general, this is just kind of going off subject of what we're going, into, but just this album in general is just an amazing piece of work. And I just recently, I'm kind of relocating to Vegas, and my favorite place right now is the mountains. And I go to the mountain, and B7 has been my mountain climbing album over and over. And yes, yes.
That means so much to me, honestly. Thank you. This is why I make music, is to hear these kind of, responses, because you don't just make music for yourself. Of course, it's therapeutic. It's a way for me to, heal through my own, struggles and pains, and, celebrate different things in my life. But, when someone else can feel it and relate to it, and it touches them in some way, that's why, being a vessel is I'm so grateful that God gave me, an opportunity to connect with people through music.
Yes, well, you're definitely doing that. Now, you speak your whole truth on B7. From someone who has literally been in the business since a child, why was it important for you now and with this project to really do that?
Well, I feel like, just throughout my journey, like I've always been honest in my approach to music. I've always made songs my own, even if I didn't write them, but I just kind of felt like, I went through a lot in the 8 years, in the 8 year hiatus. I went through a lot, and singing really helped me get through some of the things that I had to go through. And it's one of those things. It's like, if I can't tell my own story through my own music, through my own art, then I don't need to do music. It's no need for me to do music if I can't, tell my story within my own craft. Um, and I thought that it was really important, because I feel like, the people that have supported me for so long, they get to hear a lot of the things that I've endured. And they could be going through the same thing, and they can feel like they can overcome it, because I've overcome a lot of the things that I sang about on the record. And I feel very proud of it, because it's so honest, and it took a lot of bravery for me to just be that transparent.
How did you develop your confidence for songwriting in this project?
Well, I was surrounded by a great team. My mentor, the late LaShawn Daniels, he was right there with me every step of the way. DJ Camper, who was just very open and just encouraged me, from Cadence to Victoria Monet, Antonio Dixon, Corey Rooney, Yeshua, like all of the people that I worked with, they were very, just pushing me to tell my truth. And because music is such a way for me it's the best way I can express myself. It's like, why not just speak about the things that have been bothering me, speak about the things that I wish could be the case in my life, my ups and downs with love. It's like, and this is my 7th album, and it's like, if not now, then when.
So we're going to actually jump into some fan questions, and mentioning
Okay.
DJ Camper, Nutty CW asks, throughout the years you have worked with a lot of producers until you found refuge with DJ Camper, but you also worked with others. What can you say about his contribution to the album sonically, and what made him stand out to you?
What made DJ stand out to me is that every song that he presented me sounded different, and it challenged me as a writer. It challenged me as a singer to just make what I was doing work with what he was doing. Because honestly, you could just play DJ's music without anybody singing on it, and it sounds good without anything on it. So I had to find ways to create the right kind of song to go over his he's very abstract. He's very R&B rooted, but very abstract, and that stood out to me. And I always love just thinking outside of the box, and he challenged me to do that as a writer and as a singer.
Okay, Forever, I'm finally wanted to know what song took the longest to record and why.
What song? What now?
Took the longest to record and why?
The longest song. I would have to say the longest song for me was Bye Bipolar, because that's such a deep song, and I really wanted it to be as simple as it could be, but I also wanted to deliver the vocal that matched that time that I experienced, just not being myself and not feeling like love should feel the way it felt at that time. And so I took a couple stabs at that particular song. And again, as a writer, like, that's another song that I wrote from top to bottom. It's like, I wanted to make sure that the message was right and the lyrics were right, and I wasn't disrespecting anybody who goes through the bipolar disorder. I just wanted to be sure about it, because that's a deep subject matter, and it's also something that a lot of people suffer through and a lot of people go through, and mental health is super important to me. So I just wanted to make sure that one was right, because I knew, how important it was, and how it could touch people. And so, yeah.
Okay, what was the inspiration behind the B7 owl cover?
Well, I absolutely just love being a Black woman. That's number one. Two, I've always loved Cleopatra. Beautiful. And then Whitney Houston, she had her hair similar in The Bodyguard. And I always find ways to subliminally pay homage to her. I do it out loud, and then I also do it in, where people wouldn't really know that I'm actually paying homage to her. And then I just absolutely love braids. I love braids. I love beads. I just love the culture of that. And I wanted to, see, how it would be. And Derek Blake did such a great job in making me feel comfortable, because it was so new. I've never had my hair like that before. It's just completely different than anything I've done. So
okay, going back to the bipolar. So I know recently we spoke with Coco from SWV, and she revealed to us that she discovered not too long ago that she was bipolar, and she kind of explained with us the transitions and some of the things I'm dealing with at. Would you mind sharing with us at all any experiences or any advice or anything like that you can give for people that do deal with any mental health things, and even for yourself when you weren't feeling like yourself, how you were able to kind of get through that for your fans?
Well, I think one of the things that you have to first do is to be honest with yourself. If you're dealing with something as serious as bipolar or trauma or PTSD, all those things that, we kind of like push to the side, or we don't really own up to, there could be something that we need to work through. And I think that there's so much help out here now, through therapy, through counseling, even, certain medications work for people, just to do the work to want to be connected to, you deserving to be happy, you deserving to live, just a beautiful life, no matter what it is that you deal with mentally. It's like you can work on it. And, I think it's great for her to come forth and to recognize it, so she can do something about it, because that's half the battle. Once you admit and be honest with yourself, you can then go and do what it takes to help yourself get to a better place. And that's what I did. And I still, and it's the work of your life. And I still work on my mentality, my sanity every day. And it's a process, and I think it's for the rest of life. You have to work on yourself and make sure you have the right inner dialogue. Make sure you're, affirming yourself, and make sure you have someone that you can talk to, that you can trust, that will tell you the truth and, help you come to terms with your own truth. And I think that's really important.
All right, now you have always had a sound, a Brandy sound, so to speak, and even with Keith Crouch, that went into a different direction with Dark Child and so forth. Since your last release, 211, there have been a lot of people who, in so many words, kind of took your swag. Your sound is a sound. It's rather unique, and we know when we hear a Brandy song and a Brandy sound. And we said that it kind of seems as if there were some artists that came out and kind of jumped on your swag and kind of bit off the Brandy swag, so to speak. And as a creative, what goes through your mind when you hear songs or hear things when you know that are specifically inspired by your sound?
Well, in a lot of ways, it's very flattering. It's very, because when I was coming up, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Toni Braxton, Babyface, people like that, they did that for me, But so it feels good to be, a person that can inspire people and and influence, and that's just like the highest level of paying homage. And it also feels amazing, especially when the people say that, I was inspired by Brandy, I was inspired by her music, this album changed my life. And so that always feels good. But then there's another part of it to where, I was kind of lost at what my sound was, because it was so much of, and I say this humbly, but I heard so much of, my approach to music, and a lot of people started to, catch on to it, and I started to feel like, okay, well, if everyone's doing what I've already kind of, crafted for myself, then, what do I do different? And so, it took me a while to kind of creatively find another way for me to approach music, so I could give, the people that have been supporting me something different other than what, I've done before, and then what other people were inspired by. So, but again, it's like, it's amazing, because, I mean, when I first started, I didn't know I was going to be able to inspire people like that, to the point where they want to sound like what I did, or, that's just the highest form of flattery, of a compliment, of homage. So
Absolutely. Now, with everything that's going on, from the murders of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, I know that you probably felt the pain from our communities as well. What's something that's encouraging that you hope will come from a different president, and moving forward, that you would like to see?
You know what? I think just overall, not even to just focus on just presidents, politics. I honestly believe that love changes everything. Love will change everything. And I don't think enough of that is, I don't want to say, promoted is not the right word, but love will heal everything. And, until we really get that, until we can really receive that, we can't really be the change that we wish to see in the world. We can't do that, because we don't have a clarity on what love truly is. Like, if we knew that God was the force and the presence and the divinity that lived within all of us, we would treat each other different in traffic. We would treat each other different in just our everyday experience. But we don't have that mentality. We don't, or it's not. A lot of people have that mentality, but it's not global, So I just pray that we get that love is really the driving force of how to make sure things that happened to George Floyd doesn't ever happen again, or Breonna Taylor. Like, love has to be invited into your life, and you have to practice it, and you have to respect people and have compassion for people. And I don't think that there's enough leaders out there that are teaching us how to do that.
Yeah, so, I agree totally.
Yeah.
Now that Moesha is on Netflix, have you and your daughter, Sarai, binged watched that together yet?
We haven't binged it. She still has this, she separates mommy from, anything else that I've done professionally. I'm just mommy to her. But I was braiding her hair the other day, and she says, Mom, I really want to see the episode where, Moesha meets Brandy. And she actually said Moesha meets Brandy. I was like, that's kind of weird. But so while we were, braiding her hair, she watched that, and she loved it. She was just asking me all sorts of questions about, how I was able to do, like, the camera angles, and how did you guys, put that all together. And then I told her something that, kind of shocked her. I said, do you understand that at that time, I didn't know who I was as Brandy. I didn't know who mommy was. I knew who Moesha was. She was scripted. She was confident, and I knew how to play Moesha, but when it got time to playing me, I didn't really know what to do because I didn't really know myself because I spent, most of my childhood being Moesha, so she thought that was so interesting and just, she was just glad that I shared that with her. But she's a fan of mine, not around me though. Like I'm just mommy to her. It's so funny. We were playing the B7 album. I had like a little gathering, just a few people, the B7 gathering, and she knew every song on the record. Now I have not listened to the whole entire album with my daughter. Like we don't just rock out in the car to like my music because I'm mommy. So to just hear her sing every song, it's just like, what? When did you have time to even know the record? So it's just it's interesting, and it keeps me grounded, and it's such an interesting dynamic. But I love it that I'm just mommy to her, and then she separates the whole, what I do professionally.
That's amazing. And her voice is so amazing. Her voice is so amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to tell her that you said that. That make her feel
good. Now, with Whitney being so inspirational to you as well, and a good friend, what is something that you miss about her that nobody else could really understand but the people that were close to her?
I just miss her energy, her laugh. I miss her voice. I miss her advice. I just miss being around this, this amazing light that had so much personality. And when no one's watching, like when there's no media, when there was nothing that had anything to do with her being Whitney Houston, the celebrity, or not even the celebrity, the star, she was just this cool, down-to-earth woman that just loved to laugh, loved to have fun, and I just miss that about her. I miss that.
Okay.
But I'm here to continue out her legacy and to make her proud. And I definitely believe that she and LaShawn Daniels and Michael Jackson are my angels. And, I'm going to do everything I can to stay positive and to be, the kind of role model they would want me to be and not take anything for granted. And that's what I'm here to do.
Well, we love to see you do it, definitely. Let's switch gears a little bit. We're going to play the lyrics game.
Good,
okay,
we good.
So the first one we're going to do. All right. I will pull a star out of the sky for you. Yes, I would. What song is that?
I will pull a star out of the sky for you. That's Put That on Everything?
Yes, it is.
Okay. That was hard.
Okay, next one. Nobody knows the pain I feel. Nobody knows, but it's for real.
Nobody knows that I miss nothing.
Yes.
Nothing. All right.
It's so funny when I hear that artist trying to figure it out like they don't know their own song.
Yeah, but it's like I promise you, like I don't know. I've done so many songs in my life. It's like I gotta make sure let me do the pre-hook real quick just in case it's not the case. So forgive me that I don't know like right off.
No,
okay,
it's funny. Everyone has done it. It is so funny. Everyone has to sing it ahead of time just to get it right.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm not the only one.
No, it's not at all. Okay, last one. You fill my heart with love, my tears with joy.
That I don't know. Oh, wait. That's You Fill My Heart. Is that that's off the first album, I think. I forgot the name of it. All of my heart. I'm yours.
I'm yours, yes.
Wow, you gonna take me to I'm yours? Like, I can't believe I got that one. And then you pull like a random lyric. You're good. You're good.
Three. what is your favorite all-time Brandy song?
I've been asked this before. I can't think. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know if I've even recorded it yet. I don't know.
Okay.
Borderline is up there, though. Borderline is up there.
Honestly, it's so funny, though, because, you know, usually people, not that they get rusty. I don't know if I would say that, but it's just so amazing. And that this, again, like, this new album is like, wow, she had that in her still. Like, that's really how it feels.
Wow,
because
thank
really
you.
I'm just being honest, we really pulled some stuff out that it was like, okay, this is what we was waiting for, huh?
Thank you so much.
I can
honestly tell you mean it. You mean it, and that feels amazing.
Yeah,
So
I really do.
that.
What's been the biggest accomplishment of your career thus far?
I would have to say completing B7. I didn't think I was ever going to complete it. I just didn't. You know, I went through so many different emotions about, you know, is this good enough? You know, and because I was doing a lot of the writing, you know, I didn't trust it all the way. You know, and I just didn't. You know, I trashed the album so many times. I'm like, DJ, I don't like it. We have to start over. I just don't think that this is it. And, you know, so to actually complete it, and to wear all of the hats that I had to wear to complete it, like, this is my first album that I've ever been to, like, a mixing session or, so it's like I'm a brand new artist with this album, you know. So to accomplish it being finished and then for it to come out and for people to respond to it so well, this is the biggest accomplishment so far. I know, you know, I've had a lot of different things that I can be so proud of, but this was so personal. This is like my life, like, on display. And for me to complete it and be brave enough to come out with it, it's like one of my biggest accomplishments. And girl, I feel like an elephant has lifted off of my chest.
Good. And right into our ears. We love it. No. What's one of the biggest human misconceptions that people have with Brandy the artist and Brandy the human? What is one thing that you would like to draw the line of with people?
I've done a lot of drawing the lines. I've been able to be comfortable in my skin for a while now, and I think people understand that I'm a person, and my persona and my person is two different things. I think I've let everyone know that I'm not a perfect human being. You know, I suffer with that, just like feeling like, you know, at the beginning of my career, I could make a lot of mistakes. And, you know, you make mistakes to learn from them and to get better, you know. And I felt like, you know, just coming up in this industry, I was judged because people expected me to be, you know, this perfect human being. And that's not possible. I'm a very compassionate, good-hearted person. But please don't cross me, because I would never cross you. Don't cross me, because then I'll change on you. Nah.
Okay, so we'll start wrapping up a little bit here. Where would you tell your fans and, you know, just people who, again, you are very much human more than anything, where have you found your strength for continuing to be in this industry? You have had a long career and you're still going, obviously. Where would you tell people that your strength has come from, and even anyone that's looking for their own strength in day-to-day life? Where would you kind of an encouragement for people?
My strength comes from God. I believe that there is, you know, a divine partner that lives within all of us, and it has guided me. It has been with me through my ups and through my downs, and the fact that I've been blessed with a gift to share, it's my responsibility. So I've always felt like, I have a responsibility to create, the kind of music that can help heal and save people. So that's kept me going, even though I've taken, I've made some choices that I'm not, proud of. And, it's been so much time in between albums and things like that. But I never gave up. And that's having a great family as well. Like my mom is like my backbone. My daughter is like my brother. My dad is like, don't give up. This is what I'm born to do. This is my purpose. And, when you feel like your life is purposeful, you have to take care of that responsibility. It's like, while I'm here, I have to do everything that I can to uplift and be everything that I'm supposed to be. And that comes from God, family, and just doing the like I said, doing the mental work to stay in contact with that purpose.
Did you have any idea when you first started music that you would still be here?
No. I had no clue. I a lot of the things that I did, I never even asked for. Like, I never even asked to be an actress or, anything like that. Like, the things that have happened to me, a lot of them were surprises. All I wanted to do was sing and maybe one day have my own band, but there was a plan for my life, and, I'm so grateful that I have, been around this long, and, people still have a respect and a love for me to the point where I can do what I love to do because I have people to share it with, even if it's just, 5 or 10 to 20 people. It's like, there are people that want my music, and that makes me want to do more music, and that's a beautiful thing. So I'm very, very grateful and appreciative for longevity, like super grateful for that.
Okay, well, I know you've given us
fame can make you stop. Fame can make you stop, honey. Fame can make you go, You know what, I don't want this no more. There have been times where I felt that, but it's like, girl, what else you gonna do? Music is it. Like, this is your life. This is how you can, help and heal people. So that's all.
Can you leave us with something? What is it you want to leave whoever's listening with?
I just want to say to you that this has been a great conversation. Even though it's an interview, it feels like a conversation. And this is one of, I felt so comfortable talking to you. So thank you for that. That's a gift within itself, to make someone that you don't even know feel safe enough to kind of treat you like a girlfriend, So that's a gift that you have. So understand that. And then the people that are listening and that will hear this, I just want to say thank you so much for even being interested in reading about me and hearing my music and just being so supportive of me, because this is my life. Like, music is my life. Music is who I am. And if I didn't have it, I don't know what I would do. So without people to share with, it doesn't mean as much. So I'm very thankful and appreciative and just humbled, and I want to stay like this forever. Like, I want to always ask God to please. I just want to always feel thank you. I want to always feel grateful. I want to always feel humbled and appreciative of the people that, have kept me around this long. And so I just want to say thank you to everybody, honestly.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. And that's just genuine. Please don't stop making music. Please continue to do what you are called to do, and not just music, because you're creative in general. And so Don't let
Thank you.
don't let this, don't let it stop. You got that, so you already know. So that's just coming from us. We need that from you, and we appreciate it from you. We wait for you to make music, honestly. So
thank you, and
keep
I
doing
can
it, girl.
feel that. That feels amazing. Thank you, and thank you for saying that, because you didn't have to tell me that. But I'm telling you, you didn't shot my confidence. Like, I'm gonna go open the studio. I'm about to get the studio in a minute. Like, listen up. We need to do a note tomorrow because I just got word that somebody can't get through that song without playing it again.
Serious. I never forget.
Thank you.
Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm going to try to write another one like
Brandy.
that for you, all right? No problem.
Thank you so much, and we'll be hoping to speak to you again sooner than later.
Oh, you will, for sure.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.